Hello, monsters abound here. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 5 of my Wood Elf campaign. We're taking on quite a large Tilean army. We've got quite a few mortars as well. That's going to be a problem. There's a couple of mortars here. So what we've done, in fact, it's quite useful. We're on this little choke point map. So we've got most of the force hidden in the trees back here. And Orion and Val now are currently out in the open to give the enemy army something to spot. Over on the left flank, we have the Hawk Riders and also the Deepwood Scouts and Legolas cosplayers heading through the forest to try and snipe the mortars. Now, the mortars have spotted the Hawk Riders, but it's not really going to do them much good because those mortars are not going to be particularly effective against Hawk Riders, so we're going to be able to pick them off quite nicely. Very good. And in come the Way Watchers and the Deepwood Scouts. They're going to pick them off. We've got some Wild Riders hidden in the forest over here as well. While that's going on, Orion is taunting the enemy army to come across the causeway, which is going to be pretty good. We've already taken out one mortar. So we just need to take out one more. And also the reinforcements have a few as well. So we've got two mortars over there. I don't think there's any more here. No, there's more mortars. They've got a lot of mortars. So we need to take out those. Orion is picking off some of these spearmen trying to come across the causeway. Hitting them with his spear. That's not a euphemism. Doing pretty well. How many kills you got? 25. Not bad. As you can see, the enemy army is not quite sure it wants to come across. But it's going to have to. Meanwhile, Legolas cosplayers and Deepwood Scouts have hunted down the mortars and chasing them off. Now we need to deal with these two. And then we've got two more to take out as well. However, we are keeping them busy, so the rest of our army is currently absolutely safe. That's what I was worried about. They're getting some shots off. Orion is going to move forward. He's going to use the Hounds of Orion. That's going to do a huge chunk of damage to this force. And then Orion's going to leave. Off he goes. He's got 165 kills. And this army is looking a little bit tattered now. However, here comes the secondary force. And we're going to need the Wild Riders, our Legolas cosplayers, and Hawk Riders and Deepwood Scouts to assist if we are going to get rid of them. But they've managed to pick off the next line of mortars. There's just two more mortars to take out. No problem. And no one nearby to assist those mortars with their little elf problem. So our army's now coming out of hiding. So we're going to face off against this force first. Yeah, you're not, mate. You're not. Taking a lot of fire. And here come the Wild Riders. These archers not going to be sure which way to run. They can run forward into our arrow fire, or they can run back into the Wild Riders. So they're now being hunted down. Most of these units now fleeing. Some units trying to go back to help with the Wild Riders, but unfortunately that just means they expose their back to our archers and pay the ultimate price. Okay, so that's that first army dealt with. Now we need to deal with this secondary force that's incoming. They're all nice and packed up. Look at that, that's nice. So we're going to drop some spells on them. And then the arrows. I did notice that the lance no longer has a punishment against being shot at, so apparently it's just absolutely fine to use whenever. However, it's probably not a good idea to charge directly into massed arrow fire either way. So we have some Empire Knights trying to move around our right flank. The Wild Riders coming back to assist. And the Hawk Riders, Legolas cosplayers and the Deepwood Scouts are moving in behind the enemy army to trap them on the causeway. That does mean they're now going to be hit from both sides. That's not looking good for them. Wild Riders now in amongst these units and they've had enough. They're breaking and fleeing. On our right flank we took a little bit of damage from the Empire Knights, but the Eternal Guards saw them off. Hawk Riders accidentally almost come in to attack a crossbowman unit which was being fired on. Probably would have been a bad idea for them. And the Deepwood Scouts having... Are they? No, it's the Legolas cosplayers having run out of ammunition are now hunting down humans with just their swords. Just waving their swords at them. Good work, guys. That was a very clean fight. Well, so we lost 52 elves. They lost a lot more than that. I am very happy with how that battle went. I think that was pretty damn wood elf as well. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to kill captives for daring to get in our way, and I will finish them off, and then we'll go and siege that one, and take it down. Although Zarakzil, Lucini, you want a defensive alliance? You know what? I'm kind of tempted to maybe take it. Nah. Now they are recruiting more units here. However, if we siege Miragliano, yep, that one. I can get it. Then they will lose their recruitment structures, so they won't be able to recruit any more units. At least I don't think so. Oh, damn it, they've got a training field here. Shit. Okay. Alright, Orion. You, my friend. I mean, we were running low on ammo during that fight. It was a long fight, but we were running low on ammo. Let's get Nature's Quiver and Sight Beyond Sight, which is very Thundercats. I like that. I like that a lot. Valnal, are you? Let's get Howl of the Forest. Seems like a good one. Let's go and finish off this army. Oh, come back here. Come on. Alright, I think that's an auto-resolve. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, maybe I should have fought that. Never mind. Can we can encamp. So that would give us some replenishment. We need to siege the capital as soon as possible, because obviously otherwise they will start recruiting more armies. We don't want that. So we can get unparalleled archers, which will be 15% range reload reduction in armour for Glade Guard, Deepwood Scouts and Way Watchers above level 7. So the Legolas cosplayers are currently unit rank 7. They are dedicated to their art, and because of that, I think maybe, well, Ferocious Steeds, missile damage for Glade. Ooh, well, now I do quite like that. But I would like Lightning Strike because it would prove incredibly useful. Okay, let's go for Unparalleled Archers because that's going to buff up. I mean, currently we're all at rank 6, but they should rank up fairly quickly because obviously they're archers. So they're doing lots of damage and taking very few casualties themselves. Dido, you are going to get, I think, piercing shots. Would we potentially get more replenishment back in our own territory? I'm wondering if we might.
I will grant your request. Away I go.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's significantly better. Okay, good. We'll be ready in a couple of turns. We can go siege a city. I'm hoping that Lucini maybe go for Zaraxil. If they go for Zaraxil, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Now, some will say that I'm going to have to specialise these settlements. That is true. I absolutely agree. At the moment, though, I'm mostly concerned about being able to just recruit some base units, and then we'll worry about specialising settlements when we have more than one. Because at the moment it's basically very limited. So I'll probably end up rearranging a lot of these settlements when the time comes. But for the moment, and someone did say the Vinter's Barrel House is only for. It does say all regions in adjacent provinces. So how much are we we're currently getting? Taxes is income is 933. So that's 750 from the wine. See, I don't think trade income is 400. I think income is just base. So province wealth, Kingsgate is providing 933. So I disagree. I think the Vinter's Barrow House does actually have an effect on the current province as well. I mean, we could test it by destroying it and finding out. But I might do that. I might end the episode, save it, destroy the Vinter's Barrow House, see what happens. But currently, I suspect that it is affecting the current province. Well, I'll find out. I might be completely wrong. I will concede that I'm not actually entirely 100% sure. So we'll find out. Anyway, let's end the turn. Spoopy dwarf ghosts with their horrible ghostly beards wandering around Karag Buftar. Do not like that. Strongly do not like that. If I can take the settlements down here, I might then circle back and maybe look at killing Belagar. On the other hand, having the dwarves in an alliance could well be very, very useful.
Welcome you to the King's Glade. Sit. We have much to...
Non-aggression pact. No. This offends us all. Does it though? Go on. Lucini, go and attack those guys. You don't like them. I'll take the capital. Then I can kill you. I mean, did I say that out loud? I meant to say that in my head. More Bray herds. Okay, so the midsummer sacrifice in the midst of the summer, the forest of Athaloren demands a sacrifice of blood and amber to nourish it. Blah blah blah. Fine. Yeah, that one. An orb. Good. Love a good orb. Magic resistance 10% all units in the army. Yeah, Magic feather. I mean, we have to spend 2 amber on something. So, I mean, upkeep reduction for all tree. I do have some units like that, but not very many. Magic feathers, on the other hand, reload time reduction and range. That could be useful. We're going to get magic feathers. Who doesn't love some magic feathers? The Dreaming Woods, Athel Kayetlan, is a forbidden place ruled by the worshippers of Slanesh. To travel there is to flirt with madness and temptation. Those that emerge are either racked by lunacy or forged by the crucible of their experiences. This one has walked through the fires of insanity and found an ethereal strength on the other side. The Dreamer of Dreams. Winds of Magic, Power Reserve, +10. Okay, sure.
Lord of the Asray.
Okay, do I move on the city now? There is an army wandering around.
No.
They are trying to recruit more units. Although, if we move fast, they won't be able to get any more sodding mortars. Which I quite like. They do currently have 5 mortars here, so I... On the other hand, they might not be that difficult to take out, although I might have to stay at range for a bit. I think I'm going to... We're going to take 1 turn of replenishment, then move on the city. And Irario the Blacksmith, Blackie, as he's known to his friends. Do I want you to get anything? What is this? Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts. Okay, that's the legendary unit. Okay, we were only making 248 a turn though. So we have to be a little bit cautious. Basically, he's just garrisoning the city. We're leaving him in command of the city, just on the off chance. It is currently summer for 3 more turns, so I think we need to take the capital, and then we're probably looking into just winding down for the winter. I'm hoping the Skaven ignore me, because I don't really want to have to trudge through a swamp and kill limitless numbers of ratmen. I'd much rather wait until they expand a little bit and then kill them when they're not looking. Because fighting the garrison plus 2 stacks is probably going to be a bit much. Okay, they have recruited a lord there, but they haven't got any units. So if we move quick, we can probably take them out. Did you kill... Is that a problem? I mean, it might make life easier. Plus, they've just assassinated the lord. So, I could move on the city. The garrison will be dead. I think the garrison will be dead. The Brayherd can't play. Yeah, there's lots of Brayherds. Right. Okay, that's fine. They're over there. That's no problem. Okay, so. Is this garrison dead or not? If it's not, that's going to be problematic. But I've worked too hard for Lucini to come along and steal my thunder, so screw you. The garrison is fairly beaten up. We could just get... Do I... It'll take 3 turns. Jeez, that's a lot. And I don't know how many other... Okay, let's just go for what... I don't know how many other armies Lucini has. That's a problem. I think taking the city should be fairly easy. They do have a lot of mortars, but they're all pretty weak. And I think the Hawk Riders can swoop in behind and just pick them off. I think that should be fairly easy. Taking the walls is going to be slightly tricky, but on the other hand, we have range over them, and we have exceptional archers. So all we need to do is just murder them on the walls, basically, with our own archers. That should be fairly straightforward. And then we just need to trash the door. So let's just continue the siege. That's my city, not yours. I saw it first. I called dibs. You all heard me call dibs. I called dibs. It's my city.
Were it not for the kind heart of the Lady Ariel, you would already be dead.
You want a peace treaty? I mean, you're currently at war with Carcassonne, so I imagine it's making Carcassonne very happy that I'm at war with you, so no. No, take your beard and sling your rook. Bloody hell, more Bray herds? Down there. Okay. So I guess this is the Bray herd invasion. Right. I mean, I kind of feel like I should fight this one because although I could auto-resolve it and win easily, and I'm probably going to lose more by fighting the battle than I would just auto-resolving, which is a bit cheaty. So we're going to fight it. We're going to take the city or die trying. Surprisingly accurate. So, the Hawk Riders are going to try and hunt down the mortars with limited success. And the rest of the oh, there you are. The rest of the army is currently huddling in the only trees we can find. It's a little bit cozy. How's everyone doing? Everyone got enough space? Okay, good. Fine. Okay, just stay hidden. Good guys. Right, okay, so that's what they're doing. So the Hawk Riders are going to try and take out the mortars, because obviously the mortars are going to be the main problem. However, the Hawk Riders have run into a little issue of their own, which is there's a crap load of crossbowmen all over the sodding place. So we're going to try and pick off... No, that's not... It's just we're being bombed by mortars and being shot up by crossbows. It's not ideal. So most of the mortars are in the centre. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the bloody things? 6? 6 of the things. It's not ideal. So we're sniping them. We've managed to take out one mortar, which is, you know, okay, but we're taking a lot of punishment for it. So we're trying to do hit and run attacks. It's not going particularly well. Kind of, I mean, if we could just focus on them, it would be fine, but there's just too many units hanging around the centre. These crossbows are protecting the mortars actually quite competently. Annoying. So we're going to snipe a few of them. It's just not really going to help us, but at least they are wasting some of their ammunition trying to shoot us, which is, I guess, fine. To be honest, in hindsight, what I should have done is just let the mortars fire at the Hawk Riders. However, that would be quite boring. So, our army has decided that, you know what, we're going to actually have to come in and do something. So, Orion's heading for the gate. We're moving our units up, and some of the spears have grabbed the ram we constructed. And they're going to now move that forward. Of course, our archers have better range than the enemy, so we should be able to... at least outrange them. And indeed, we can. So we're getting some damage through. It's not too bad. The Wild Riders are coming in to help as well because Orion himself probably isn't going to do... It would... Oh my god, they've opened the gate. Brilliant. So, this is problematic because we're not doing damage to the gate anymore. Now, again, in hindsight, I should have held Orion and the Wild Riders back and let the ram do its job. That would have probably been the sensible thing to do. At this point, we're taking some damage from the mortar, and as you can see, it's making a real mess of our units. Our units are very squishy. It's not just the mortar either, it's the towers as well. Those towers are, of course, the upgraded towers, so they're really making a mess, and the mortars aren't helping. Hawk Riders continue to try and snipe, like dash in, snipe, and then dash out again, but because they can't... I think they can fire on the move, but not very... They don't tend to. I don't think they technically can. Anyway. So the problem is the gate is now open, and I keep trying to tell my Wild Riders to disengage, but they keep going further into the city. So in the end, I go, okay, fine, go into the city then. That does mean the Wild Riders are on their own inside the city against a whole bunch of spearmen, which isn't really ideal, but I couldn't really do much about it. So we're going to drop Ryan's Hounds on the spearmen. That should at least help a little bit. I'm hoping... Okay, the gate closes, and then we can move the ram in, hopefully, before we take too much damage. We've already taken a lot of damage. Now, maybe I should have climbed the walls. I don't know. It's one of those cases where I don't really... I really should have saved this battle beforehand and tried out a few different ways of winning it, maybe. But I don't generally like doing that unless I think it's... I did it in the Beastmen campaign because that really was a very much... if I don't win this fight, then the campaign is going to take twice as long as it should do. So, Wild Riders are currently inside the city. They're going to do okay for themselves, but they are going to take a lot of damage. And the gate is down because the rams reach it finally, which means we can move what remains of our army inside the city. So we can finally reinforce the Wild Riders, and Orion is going to make fools explode, as is his thing. We're also going to get the archers inside the city because frankly anything's better than sitting outside and facing those cannonball towers. However, we have taken a lot of damage. The Hawk Riders have arrived. They've fled back to this side of the city to try and assist in our break-in. So we're sniping some of the halberdiers. The archers are trying to get in. The spearmen are trying to get in. Orion's in amongst the enemy spears, trying to break his way through. We're taking mortar fire. It's absolute chaos. So this isn't going great so far. Currently, it's very much in the balance. However, we have managed to break through, so now our archers can get into the city and lend us some support. So our archers are going to congregate over here, and our spears, what's left of them, and there aren't many left of them, are going to continue to try and force their way into the city. And basically the only thing holding them is Valnal, Dido, and Orion himself. So there's a lot of mess at the front gate. Not all of it enemy troops either. There's quite a few of us, but we have managed to break into the city. That's a win. That's good. There's still quite a few crossbows on the walls. That's going to be a problem because any units that flee out of the city are currently getting picked off by them. And we're taking mortar fire as well, so that's less than ideal. We are getting healed up though. Val now is dropping heals on us, which Earthblood doesn't regenerate, or it regenerates. It doesn't resurrect units. It just heals current units. So if a unit has if all the members of a unit have full health, it will do nothing. So it's good against small units which have a lot of health each. So we have managed to break through. Orion is heading towards the centre of the city with what remains of his army. It's not a lot, I'll be honest. So we're finally getting some little bit of fire support, which is nice. We're also trying to deal with the units on the wall to try and spare our fleeing units death. We've already had a few units completely wiped out. Orion currently surrounded, but he has racked up 172 kills. So very, very respectable. Unfortunately, our Wild Riders have broken. They've only got 491 health left, and there's only 5 of them. In come the spears. Yep, there's not many of them left. That's probably fine. I think the only thing keeping us alive at this moment is Val now dropping Earth Blood on us to heal us up. So our archers are in a little bit of trouble. We've got one unit that got picked off by a unit of spearmen, and we're running low on ammunition. And there's also a captain heading this direction. Fortunately, the archers aren't actually particularly slouches in combat either. And the Hawk Riders are pretty much crack shots and are shooting you in the back of the face. AKA the head. So he's going to break and run. Good. Back in the city centre, we have managed to break the units here, and we are taking control of the city, although units are rallying back. Although wherever Orion is, we are winning. And they've really only got crossbows to throw at us, along with a few units of spears that are coming in. They do still have a few full units of crossbows sat on the wall, but we are currently shooting them in the back of the head, so they're going down. Yep, that's working pretty well, but that is wasting our ammo, and there is an almost completely intact unit of spears currently meandering around. Well, I say intact; it's not looking so intact anymore. So they're taking a lot of damage. The city centre is under our control. Victory, the defender victory points are dropping. If we can just hold on to the centre, we'll win this. The Wild Riders have come back into the fight. They're going after the crossbows. There's another unit of crossbows over there that they're going to go charge after. Orion and his 3 units of Eternal Guard, Dido and Valnal, are holding off the rallying enemy units. Try and force them back. If the AI had the nuance to actually focus fire with some crossbows, we'd be in a lot of trouble. But currently, they're not. So our Wild Riders currently engaged in combat with some crossbows. It's not looking so good for the Wild Riders, unfortunately. They are taking a lot of damage. And we do have some units rallying for the enemy. We've got a unit of crossbows and a unit of Empire Knights. I should really get the Wild Riders out of there. There's only one left. And unfortunately the Knights killed him. We've lost the Wild Riders. That's going to sting. That was silly. Shouldn't have lost them. Never mind. Not the end of the world. Our archers are now moving back into the city centre. We're completely out of ammunition now. It's all about just driving off the last remaining enemy units. Hawk Riders charging down in some pikemen. Probably not very sensible. But we've managed to break them. Orion is firing on these unit of spears. He's racking up the kills, 260, and he's going to chase them off. The enemy stronghold will soon be ours. There's not many enemy units left on the field. They still outnumber us, but they don't outclass us. We do have these units from the war are now coming back to the fight. I say, if they open fire, we'd be in a lot of trouble. But they decided to charge us and then run away, which was an interesting tactic. Didn't pan out for them. So while our infantry, what's left of it, hold the city centre, Orion, the Hawk Riders and Dido are going to charge after the enemy crossbows and drive them off.
As long as we draw breath, they will die! Smash them!
With speed.
We have won the battle, but only just. And we lost the Wild Riders. Okay, no problem. I don't regret not auto-resolving that whatsoever. Holy shit. Okay, well I lost my Wild Riders. That's obviously the pain. Everyone else is generally okay. Well, I say everyone else is generally okay. I mean, not so much. But we didn't lose anyone important, apart from the Wild Riders, which is going to hurt a little bit. But that's a lot of money, but I'm just going to... Let's just set it up as a little outpost for ourselves. It's very nice. There we go. And... oh, okay, we can actually build a number of things here. So we can generate more amber. Okay. We recruit Glade Guard and Eternal Guard. Not with the shields, though.
I live to serve Ares.
We can recruit via global recruitment. Do I want to do that? Yes, I think so. We can only get 3. Okay, so this does consume 1 amber, apparently. But we do get income from the port, so that's nice. We can also get cattle pastures, so that's more money. Plus 1 units for cavalry. That's, again, quite nice. Unit experience gain per turn plus 10. Upkeep for all units. Ammunition plus 1%. Okay, well that's... right, we need the amber, so we're getting that. And then I would like to be able to recruit units. And it would give a garrison. Yes, let's do that.
I thirst for the hunt.
I know you do, I know you do. Okay, so let's get some eternal...
Have my spear.
let's get some eternal guard. That's going to take 2 turns. The building's only going to take 1. And then we can get some... oh, we could get some Glade Guard with Hagbane tips. Or even the special Elrod's Glade Guardians. Okay, well, someone... these are going to be the Moon Wings, as someone requested. That's fine. Good. Okay, that battle could have gone a bit better, but we won. That's the important thing. I think... oh, yeah, Val, now you're going to replenish troops. I think that's going to be quite useful. Certainly going to be useful right this instance. We do have another army, but I don't think they are in any position to attack us. See, what I find annoying is that the AI gets instant garrison. Whereas if we take a city, we have to wait a turn to get a badly damaged garrison. So theoretically, they should have not had all that garrison. That garrison should have been wiped out. I call shenanigans. Never mind.
Proud son of Athelon.
Do we want to ferry some units down? Deepwood Scouts have got... okay, so they've got 25 ammunition compared to... they got 25. Missile damage is... so it's, range is 179.60. 179. So, okay, they do a lot more missile damage, but slightly shorter range than the Glade Guard. On the other hand, the Glade Guard are generally going to be firing on infantry, so I guess it doesn't really... They tend to not have much health anyway. What level are you?
These are dark times.
1. Okay, so we lost a lot of elves taking that city, but it was quite an entertaining battle. I quite enjoyed it, and we won. So what more can you ask for, really?
A traitor stands before me.
Right, it's
traitor.
Durthu. He's not a traitor. He's just a depressed tree monster. You want a military alliance? Yeah, sure. I have been touched by Hoeth. Yes, and the police are now investigating Hoeth for that particular assault. Tells me we're getting friendly with the other Wood Elf factions. We can get some more amber as well. Although currently amber not so good. I think we'll have 2.
The mighty Deepwood welcomes you beneath its bower.
Hello, Lucini. You want a peace treaty. Now, that would mean I can't declare war on you for 10 turns. On the other hand, there are a couple of stacks of armies down there. So, what do I think? I'm going to say no. Because I think I can take you. Okay, they've got 4 armies, so that's fine. Just have to do the same we did to Telia, which is, kill all the humans, and I do enjoy killing humans. So not so much of a... It's not really a chore. Something to be enjoyed, like a fine wine. Teeth Snatchers have got a War, fair enough. Another Brayherd. Jesus Christ, they're all over the okay, one over there. Skaven Lairs. Carrick Buffdar has got a Skaven Lair. Okay, sure. So what does that mean? If you've got Corruption, you have Corruption. Public Order is dropping. That's not so good. You know what? You can. You can indeed. I think maybe we go... Do I want to go and garrison... Losing 4 a turn. I mean, it's not horrendous. It's just not great.
Master of the Wild Hunt.
I am going to... I'm going to get the Elrond Guard. It's going to take 3 turns. So do I want to recruit some better... I mean, if I'm going to be here for 3 turns anyway, I may as well recruit some better units. So they do... Oh, they've got armor piercing. Okay, but they just do more damage in general. Well, they do fire, magical, and armor piercing. But obviously that's not so good against dwarves because dwarves are magic resistant. That does poison, which is just generally pretty good. And you do magic. But your range is awful. Okay, so do I just want some poison? I mean, poison's generally fairly good. But the armor piercing would be good against everyone but dwarves. Let's get a couple of them. That takes us up to 19. Which is fine. I'm okay with that. And then obviously we've got a lot of Lucini to deal with. Although I think I mean that siege was quite bloody and might have been a bad idea, or maybe I did it wrong. But to be honest, I could have waited for siege towers, but with all these armies down here, they could have moved northward, and that would have then I wouldn't have been able to attack the city. So swings and roundabouts. Anyway, unfortunately, that's all the time we've got for this episode, so I'm going to have to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.